Hey guys, well, spring is soon approaching and there's a noticeable difference in the outside temperature. Burning these large logs here, it's just proven to be way too hot at night. So what we found seems to work good is you take the same wood and you just cut it up a lot smaller. So at nighttime, instead of putting in a large piece of wood, you put in 1 or 2 small pieces of wood. So I'm out here today cutting up some firewood and trying to keep everyone nice and comfortable at nighttime. So I'm going to split this firewood. What I'm looking for is basically wood that doesn't have a lot of knots or rot. So a piece like this is good. Nice straight grain, and when your axe hits it, it goes straight through instead of going off on an angle. Oh, a bit of a late night meal for you guys. Well, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Like stick our hand in frozen pig water. Oh, geez, Murphy, that's cold. There you go, guys. All right. You guys have a good sleep. Hey, Primmy. Hey, Sonic. Meow. Fire's looking good. That means we're ready to go. Well, we may be off grid, but I'll tell you one thing. Having outside lights, a decent amount of inside lights, it's important because it makes you feel like you're at home. You know, I can come outside here and, you know, you can see behind me, everything's lit up. And I'm about to head out right now, but I just leave our front porch lights on. And, I mean, they use hardly any electricity. You get a big enough battery on your off-grid system, you should be able to run lights like this lots. Like, you shouldn't have any issues with lights. Lights draw very, very little electricity. So if you're thinking about doing an off-grid build, don't be scared of putting in lots of lights. You can always turn them off. But when it's dark somewhere and you don't have a light and you have to carry around a flashlight all the time, that is a pain in the butt. So don't be scared of lights. Put those lights on. Enjoy them because they make you feel like you're at home. Firewood again. We kind of knew it was going to happen, but at least at this time it wasn't during a snowstorm that we had to go get more wood, so that's great. We're trying to stay on top of it a little bit better. Our last thing of wood we got was probably closer to a half a cord of wood. That lasted us 2 weeks. If you do the simple math, half a cord a week every 2 weeks, that's about a cord a month. You have 3 to 4 months of cold in the winter here in Nova Scotia. So this spring, summer, and fall, when we're preparing our firewood, we're gonna prep to have at least 4 cord, maybe closer to 5 if we can, for a little bit extra. We do not want to run out of firewood again. We're very lucky to have the farmhouse where my parents live down the hill, and they have a surplus of wood, dry wood. So thankfully we didn't need to go call anybody and go purchase new wood. We went down there and gathered some from their basement. So thank you very much, Mom and Dad. It's good to have good family, so thank you. And now we just got to bring a little bit inside, and who knows, maybe this will be good for this year. We might have to get a little bit more, but we're getting to the end of February, coming into March, so hopefully the temperatures warm up, and if the groundhog is right, we're gonna have an early spring this year. So fingers crossed that rodent is telling the truth, because winter, it sucks. Lulu, 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 get over there. Lulu.
Okay, I brought a water bottle. Just 1 second. I'll get it.
Yeah, you bring in wood, take it out again.
Circle of life.
Oh, circle of stupidity.
You grow a tree, you cut the tree down.
Yeah, the saying usually goes, wood warms twice, but in our case, wood warms 5 or 6 times. Smaller too. Right, you're gonna need a little fire going. Yeah. And I'll put a strap over it.
Come on up. I have to show you something. What?
Or grab onto the person beside you. We got some special cargo on the back. Check it out.
Hands in the air! Woo! Hello. I was sledding down. Hello. Whoa. This is...
4 feet by 7 feet by about 3.5 feet. So this is over a half a cord of wood. So a typical cord of wood is 4 feet wide by 4 feet tall by 8 feet long. What we have stacked there is 4 feet wide by about 3.5 feet tall by about 7 feet long. So not quite a cord, but the other thing to remember when you're talking about firewood is there's face cords and just a normal cord. If you buy a normal cord of firewood, that is just dumped in to a space, and the way the wood stacks, it's leaving larger pockets of air between each piece of wood. So if you're buying a face cord rather than a normal cord, you're actually going to be getting more wood with a face cord because it's all stacked together and there's less airspace. So when we first moved here, I had to erect a structure to cover some wood in some of our stuff. We're at the point now where we're looking at building an actual shed. We've got a little bit of our infrastructure finished and built. So I'm going ahead, taking this thing down, recouping my lumber, and we're going to use that for other projects. The space that I've cut here is probably where we're going to put our actual shed. So come spring, summer, maybe even fall, I'll build a nice little shed here to store my tools, extra food, hay, and pretty much everything that we need.